Durgashtami evening with us. And in the series of the Navratri celebrations that are happening here at Hariom Temple, today we have put together very quickly, very recently, in just a couple of days, this program named Mahishasura Mardini. And as the name suggests, it will have to do something about goddess Durga slaying Mahishasura. But why Mahishasura Mardini? Because we are showcasing here the Durga Puja that happens in the eastern parts of India. So mostly Bengal, Orissa and eastern parts celebrate Navratra time as the Durga Puja time, and it culminates with Dashera, with like how Rama is worshipped, or Rama's killing of Ravana is celebrated in northern parts of India. Like the Durga's worship is more prevalent in eastern India. So before our actual program, I'm just giving you a little intro here. Thank you again. And first I would like to introduce everyone here who are part of this team. This is the brainchild of Swati Sharma. Swati is a very beautiful singer. Like I think most of you know her, or all of you know her. She doesn't need any introduction. And last year, she and her team had put together a beautiful Bengali Durga Puja celebration here. So continuing with that, she will be presenting a lot of popular songs and stutis and other hymns which are sung from Mahalaya to Dashami time. And with her, there is Amrit. And with her, we have Shivi. With her, Swati, Swati students. So they will be doing the singing part of it. I am Preeta, your host, your narrator for the evening. I will be talking about the story or what is happening. So I am Preeta. And we have Mohanji on the tabla. Thank you, Mohanji. We have Raju. He's like doing everything behind the scenes and assisting with all the audios. And we have two lovely dance performers, dance practitioners who are local from here. This is Harini. She's a Bharatanatyam exponent. She just recently moved here 3 weeks ago to our Downingtown area from another state. And this is Sunita Tripathi. She's an Odissi danceress, and she practices Odissi from her childhood, just like Harini has been doing. So we're not doing like proper classical dance today for the songs and all. They will be more of enacting, Abhinaya, and just the enacting part of it when there is a narration or the songs going on. So, and Umeshji is also here. Thank you, Umeshji. And thanks to all of you again. So let's start. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Team ready?
And Preeta will also be joining in the singing.
Yeah, some of it. Yeah, you have to listen whatever I say, and if I go like over and beyond, just tell me to stop and I'll hand over.
She is a beautiful singer, and unfortunately I lost my voice yesterday. I'm a little down today, but I'll try my best with Devi Durga.
It will be good. Don't worry, Swati. We'll all put. And yeah, at the end of the program, how it goes, I'll tell you a secret also. How this program was done and is being done. So yeah. So formally, let's start. Yatha naryastu prapujyante ramante tatra devata. I think many of you would have heard this line. This is from the Manusmriti. And the meaning of these lines are some of the most powerful lines in this entire world. Like you go to any civilization, ancient civilizations knew of the importance of the divine feminine, the feminine energy. Everywhere, all clans, all ancient civilizations revered the feminine. And India, Bharatvarsh, being one of the most ancient civilizations of earth and still a continuous thriving and living civilization, you know, we should be really proud of it, as you know. So in Bharatvarsh, our tradition has been from thousands and thousands of years, where the divine feminine has always been respected, revered, worshipped, and and invoked in a lot of forms. We have seen, we have revered her as our mother who nurtures. We have revered her as a friend, as a daughter. Like I'll tell you how in different parts of India during this particular time, how the goddess is revered. And she's also the fierce protectress. When anything happens to a child, our mother shows her protective form. So if anything happens, she takes that fierce and powerful form and she protects everything, this entire universe. So such a civilization we are from, where we have always thought that the place where women, girls, females, the feminine is worshipped, that is the place where the devas, the divine beings, they also reside. So with that powerful note, I'll again take you back to thousands and thousands of years ago, Bharatvarsh. And all of you know about the Vedas, the Vedic civilization which nurtured in Bharatvarsh for a long time. And the Vedas are, of course, the oldest ever records that humanity has seen, and still it's available, right? So Rig Veda, being the most ancient Veda, has a lot of important suttas and hymns which we still use in today's date. One of them is Gayatri Mantra, you all know. Every day you use Gayatri Mantra, that is from the Rig Veda. That is also, worshipping one of the divine feminine energies. And there is a Devi Suktam in Rig Veda. Have you all heard of Devi Suktam? Anyone heard of the Devi Suktam? It is not Devi Mahatmya, like many times we confuse between these two. So Devi Suktam, all the Suktams are from the Rig Veda, like Agni Suktam, Purusha Suktam, so like the Devi Suktam. This Devi Suktam, it talks about the feminine divine, the Devi. And do you know who composed this portion of Rig Veda? It was a female seer, it was the Rishika. Her name was Vak Ambrani. The daughter of Rishi Ambrana, Vak Ambrani, composed this Devi Suktam in the praise of the goddess, the powerful being, who has created this universe, who is in every entity of this universe, in every tattva, every bhuta. And the way she has composed this, she has imagined herself after her enlightenment, she is the Devi. So she has talked about Aham, in all the lines. So she is talking about the Devi in herself, how the Devi has the power of all the Vedic gods in that, how she nurtures. So I'll ask Sunita to just show us how Vak would have felt, Vak Ambrani, the Rishika.
अहं रुद्रेभिर्वसुभिश्चराम्यहमादित्यैरुतविश्वदेवैः अहं मित्रावरुणो भाभिभर्ण्यहमिन्द्राग्ने अहमश्विनो भा अहं सोमामाहनसं बिभर्ण्यहं तुष्टारमुदभूषणं भगम् अहं दधामि द्रवीणं हविष्मादे सुप्राव्ये ये यजमानाय सन्मते अहं राष्ट्रे सङ्गमानि वसूनां चिकिदुषे प्रथमा यज्ञियानाम् तां मा देवाव्यदधः पुरुद्रा भूरिस्थात्रां भूर्या वेशयन्तीं मयासो अन्नामत्ययो विपश्यति यः प्राणेति यजीं शृणोत्यत्र विष्टम् अमन्तगोमान्त उपक्षयन्ति श्रुतिश्रोतश्रद्धिवन्ते वदामि अहमेव स्वयमिदं वदामि जुष्टं देवेभिरुतमानुषेभिः
So this is the Vedic chant which is still practiced in India, thousands of years of living continuity, and the same suttam is the one which every Mahalaya in Bengal houses, you would listen to this in the first thing in the morning in the radio, in a beautiful style composed in the 1940s, 2 lines of the same suttam in the Bengal style of chanting. Swati will present.
अहं रुद्रेभिः वसुभिश्चराम्यहम् आदित्य उत विश्वदेवैर्यहम् अहं मित्रावरुणो बिभार्यहम् इंदाग्नि अहमोऽसुभिरो अहं रुद्रेभिः वसुभिश्चराम्यहम् आदित्य उत विश्वदेवैर्यहम्.
Thank you, Swati. So this is how Bengal wakes up to the morning of Mahalaya, and the same Vedic hymn which is chanted in the Vedic style in the temples or the yajnas, the same thing comes home to every household in this form of the beautiful composition. So what a beautiful thing to have sustained this living tradition of not centuries but millennia, thousands and thousands of years, and still continuing. So with this, I wanted to start with our antiquity, of our heritage, of our richness, to remind each of us again to pass this on to our next generation. We can be proud of it and we can take it forward, the power of the Devi. Now, the next part of our presentation is Mahishasura Mardini as a story. Before we go into that, I'd like to say a little bit about the auspiciousness, the power of this time of the year. With the advent of Ashwina in the Sharad Ritu, in India it is the Sharad Ritu now, and the Ashwina month. Outside, the nature is burdened with Kashapula, or in Odia we call Kashatandi. Kashatandi flowers are everywhere outside. The silvery grass-like flowers which they herald the coming of the Devi to this world. So the beautiful moonlit nights of Sharad with the silvery Kashatandi, people are eagerly making their homes ready everywhere in India, be it Jammu, Punjab, where Mata Rani is welcomed with the Navratra and Jagratas, be it the western part of India, Ambe Gauri, the different Garbhas, Dandiyas, be it Konkan, Tulnad, Karnataka, with their style of Dasheras and invoking Sharadamba in Tulnad, be it Tamil Nadu, where they are, and Andhra, where there are Golus. I don't know the exact word, but the celebration of Navaratri with the Golu displays and the worship. Then coming to again Central India and all, that is worship of even Sri Ram during the Shera. And coming to the eastern part of India, it's exclusively the mother goddess, the powerful goddess Durga. Durga in all her forms. It's not just Dashabhuja Durga. Durga's Chandika, Durga's Ambika, Durga's Gauri, Mahagauri. Durga in all her different forms with the Saptamatrikas and her attendant Chausati Yoginis. They're all worshipped, and today being Ashtami, Durgashtami and Mahanavami are very, very important in this 9-day puja, even in the East. And how it is different than the other parts of India. when everyone is doing vratas, like vrat, fasting, Bengal and Odisha, we feast. We don't fast during Durga Puja. We eat a lot of, like the festive foods. Even Ashtami and Mahanavami, there is a lot of tantric worship involved. So the Devis, the Shaktis are given the bhog of Matsya. Fish is offered, and in certain Shakti Peethas, even goat is offered. In ancient times there used to be bali, but now that has not survived that much. So a certain just ritualistic mansa is offered, or mainly matsya is used. Macha, we say macha, mach. Do you know Ashtami and Navami, right? And everyone partakes that bhoga. So people sometimes are bewildered, like why are you not fasting? This is Navratri time. No, that's how it is different in the eastern parts of India. So next time if any of your friends do that, you know that there's a difference how they are celebrating there. In Bengal, Assam, Tripura or Jharkhand, like any of the Bengali speaking regions of India, Mahalaya is the main day when the invocation starts. So the Akand Bodhan is done, where goddess is awakened, and in a ritualistic way in the pot, she is invoked, and the Kumbha Pratishta, like the Kalash, her essence is invoked, and that is called Bodhana, right, Swati? Yeah, and then the usual rituals happen, and all the days of the puja, from especially Sashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Mahanavami, and Dashami. Then when it is time to say bye to the goddess, I think everyone cries. There is not even everyone celebrates also with the Dhunuki Nach, Sindur Khela. You must have seen that last year when it was done with that harp playing and all. But in Bengal, people think that Goddess Durga is the daughter, and they have welcomed the goddess. She has come with her family. So when she's going back, how a parent feels, that's how every family feels. So it's a bittersweet experience at the end of Durga Puja. So now I'll come to Odisha. Although it's just the right neighboring region of Bengal, in Odisha, in the Utkaliya Durga Puja tradition, there is a slight difference. We have a 16 days Shodosa Dinatmaka Puja, which starts even before Mahalaya. On Mulashtami, the goddess is invoked. From that day, the Odisha has a lot of Shakti Peethas and like Devi Mandir. So there, very austere pujas are done. So 16 days of puja in all these temples are done. And the Sarvajanik puja in pandals, how you see in Calcutta and all, are done from Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dasami. So enough of my talk now. I will pass on to Swati for the song, and then we'll talk some more.
Yeah, Amrit will be joining me in this one. मूर्ति सहिधामा पातु विश्वेश्वरी पातु
Beautiful. Very nice. Thank you, Harini. Swati and Amrit were doing the Yachandi. So, what you heard now is Yachandi, another very important, significant, and popular number that you will hear during Durga Puja. So,
Yes. After the joy, the one about the joy.
So I'll again hand it over to Swati. She'll do one more popular number. Like Swati, you can also speak about the song. Like
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
again, this is, invoking the Mother Goddess. The joy of, having her with us these 9 days. We are calling her to earth so that we can celebrate these 9 days with her. So, this is a very popular song in the Mahalaya recital. I will try to sing it. জালো প্রদীপ জালো জালো ও আমারো আগমনী আলো এই শরতের ঝঞ্ঝাবাতি নিশার শেষে রুদ্রমাতি এই শরতের ঝঞ্ঝাবাতি নিশার শেষে রুদ্রমাতি নিভল আমার পথের বাতি নিভল প্রাণীর আলো আগমনী আলো পথ দেখানো আলো জীবন জ্যোতি রূপের সুধা ঢালো 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 পথ দেখানো আলো জীবন
संजय ये बंगला में बोल बंगला क्या
Sorry. To set the tone, such a calming and such a divine feeling it has brought in. So now to the actual storytelling. Let's explore Mahishasura Mardini. Long ago, like so long ago when the Devas actually were roaming this earth, when the Danavas were here, not like us, just normal human beings, but it was a different time, but it was here, not here like in America, but in Bharatvarsha's Bhumi. You could see the avastiti, the presence of the divines, both the malevolent and the benevolent forms. The malevolent being the Daityas, Danavas and Asuras, and the benevolent being the Devas. We already spoke of the Vedic times, but by the time the Puranic times came, in Vedic times everything was like the energy form. No, nothing was personified as like a real structure of a man or a woman or how a god or goddess is looking. It was more of the powers. But by the time Puranas came, when the Puranas started getting written and composed, all the gods, goddesses got forms and then attributes, and we got a lot more divine beings added to the pantheon. Out of all these different Puranas, a very sacred and important Purana is the Markandeya Purana. So Markandeya Purana has the Devi Mahatmya in it. And this time of the year, Devi Mahatmya is read, I think, in all the parts of India wherever Navratra is celebrated. Devi Mahatmya is nothing but the celebration, the story of the goddess, how she was created, why she was created, what she did, her stories, the Mahatmya, the important significance of the Devi. So it all starts with a demon, a asura, called Mahisha. Mahisha literally means a water buffalo. And this Mahisha, they were not, like mostly the Danavas, the Daityas were very hardworking beings. They wanted to do tapasya, very hard tapasya, to please the Devas like Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesha and beget boons. You have heard about Ravana also. Such a learned seer he was. Like that, Mahesha did a lot of penance, tapasya, and he begat some boons from God Brahma. He wanted to be immortal, but Brahma didn't give him that. So he asked that, okay, only a woman can kill me, then I'll be killed. He was so arrogant. He underestimated the woman's power, thinking that, oh, that's an Avala Durvala, she cannot kill me. So I'll be practically immortal. So he asked, okay, I can be killed only by a woman. So Brahma said, Tathastu. And Mahisha was like, okay, now I'm immortal. And he goes and rampages. Whatever his heart's desire, he takes all the lokas, he does his tyranny, his wrath is like unimaginable, and finally he covets the Indrapada. He goes to Indraloka and the Devaloka, and he fights with all the Devas and banishes them from their Devaloka. Like even Indra is banished. So at this, the Devas are like, what can we do? Where could we go? So there is only one place to go. They go to Vishnu, the Palankarta, the savior, the protector. And they ask Vishnu, what can we do? Where do we live? The Mahisha has taken everything from us. So there Vishnu, Mahesh and Brahmaji, all of them are together and they hear the plight of the Devas, and everyone's anger is like composed together, just not the anger of the three devas, but all the other devas, the Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Marut, Agni, all the devas who went to him. So together from that anger, that tejas, there emerges a divine fire. A fire which pervades all the skies and the universe, and it illuminates the whole universe with its glory. Even that fire can be seen all the way in Mahishas Loka, and he's like, what's happening? Why is there so much radiance? Is it because of me? Am I that radiant? No. That fire is the fire, the Agni, which is the Krodhagni of all the devas put together. And at the end, from that Krodhagni comes out a female being, a beautiful lady, a Nari, with unmatched radiance and beauty. So there is the formation of, she is Durga, Durgati Nashini, who is going to take away all the Durgati of the devas. When Durga emerges from the fire, she sees in front of her so many devas standing, and she is bewildered, like, why am I here? So she asks the devas, oh devas, why have you called me? Why have you created me? What is my role? The devas answer, Vishnu says, like, oh goddess, you are here to save the entire Devaloka, Indraloka, and all the devas. Then Durga says, how can I save? I am but a mere woman with nothing in my hands. I am just alone. Devas said, no, you have been created from the tejas of everyone, the best part of all of us, and we are going to give you the power, like the ashtras and the shastras that you need to help us. None of us can do what you can do. So, when Durga and the devas are talking, in Odisha we have a traditional style of opera, jatra or Gitinatya. 2 lines I remember, I'll just say that. Diya dipagani mura sunya hasta bhari, mura sunya hasta bhari. Dasahati mora dasa praharana dhari, bhetibe mo daitya raja. Bhetibe dushta karani pindhi rana saja, bhetibe mo daitya raja. So this is from the opera jatra style of Gitinatyas which are enacted, where Durga is asking the gods to, okay, give me all the shastras and astras. So all the gods give their powerful astras and shastras to Devi. She gets the Trishula and the Pinaka Dhanu from Maheshwara. She gets the Chakra from Vishnu. She gets the Nagapasha from Ganapati. She gets the Kaladanda from Yama. She gets the very powerful Moghastra from the Maruts, and so many astras and the mace. All these astras and shastras are the most powerful and the most required at this time when she is going to save. So after she has all this, she shows her actual rupa to the gods, to the devas, and her duty, her radiance pervades everywhere. Her huge stance, it pervades everywhere, and even it goes till Mahisha's kingdom. And the people there, they see like some divine being is created. People think that now we will be saved from the wrath of Mahishasura.
Sinhasta Shashi Shekhara Maradata Preksha. Sinhasta Shashi Shekhara Maradata Preksha. Chaturbhi Bhujai Shankar सिंहस्ता शशिशेखरा मरकटप्रेक्षा चतुर्भिर्भुजै शङ्खं चक्रधनुर्शरा चक्रवर्ती नेत्रैः श्रीभिः शोभिता आमुक्ताङ्गदहर कङ्कणा अनन्ताक्षीरनूपुरा दुर्गा दुर्गतिहारिणी भवतु नो रत्नो लसत्कुण्डला दुर्गा दुर्गतिहारिणी भवतु नो रत्नो लसत्कुण्डला This was like the giving the astras to Ma Durga so that she can fight the mother, the demon Mahishasur. Now we have to ask Ma Durga to. We are putting life into Ma Durga, so we are asking her to rise. Jago, tum jago. So I'm going to sing the verses for that.
তুমি জাগো দুর্গা জাগো দশ প্রহরধারী অভয়া শক্তি বল প্রদায়িনী তুমি জাগো তুমি জাগো প্রণমী বরদায় অজরায় অতুলা প্রণমী বরদায় অজরায় অতুলা বহু বলধারিণী ঋতুদলহারিণী জাগো মা শরণময়ী চণ্ডিকা শঙ্করী জাগো জাগো মা জাগো অসুর বিনাশিনী তুমি জাগো জাগো দুর্গা জাগো দশ প্রহরধারী অভয়া শক্তি বল প্রদায়িনী তুমি জাগো জাগো তুমি জাগো
So now goddess is invoked, she is here, she is armed, she is ready to take on the evil Mahishasura. And Mahishasura, he is not just the only one. The goddess has to fight a lot of demons. Like how in our day-to-day life, it's not just one avarice or one problem, it's just so many things. So the goddess also has a lot of work cut out for her. In the Devi Mahatmya, there is the Varnana, there is the description of goddesses' war, fight with Chanda, Munda, Dhumralochana, Raktavija and Shumbhanishumba. As just like how she fights with Mahishasura, she fights with all these powerful demons. Now in her fight with Dhumralochana, she just utters a huge cry And with that, Dhumralochana is vanquished. When she has to vanquish Chandamunda, she takes the Karala form of Kali, Machamunda, and she vanquishes Chanda and Munda, the same mother goddess in a different form. When she has to vanquish Raktabija is a demon, is a asura, whose even one drop of blood, if it falls on the earth, then one more Raktabija comes out, like clothes. Like anything, one single drop, it will create. So the dilemma of the goddesses were, if they kill Raktabija with a trishula or a bow or anything, the drops of blood should not fall on the ground. So again Chamunda comes to the rescue. She protects, she actually makes sure that not even a single drop falls. And at that time, Chandika, in the ferocious form, she vanquishes Raktabija. Then for Shumba and Nishumba, they are two Daityas who are very, very ferocious and powerful. It was again just like Mahisha, it was almost impossible to vanquish them. And here Durga alone, just as a form, was not enough to vanquish Shumba and Nishumba. So she needs the help of Saptamatrikas. She invokes the Saptamatrikas, Indrani, Brahmani, Vaishnavi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Varahi, Narasimhi. All the 7 mother goddesses come and help her to vanquish Shumba and Nishumba. And not just that, her attendants, the Chalsati yoginis, they are the attendants of the mother goddesses. They're not goddesses themselves. All the Chalsati yoginis and the Saptamatrikas help goddess Durga Chandika to kill Shumba and Nishumba. This is beautifully described in the Devi Mahatmya chapter. Yeah. Swati. Okay.
Jaya Jaya सुमनम 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 सुमनोहर कांतियुते हरि सुमनम 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 सुमनोहर कांतियुते हरि सुमनम 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 सुमनोहर कांतियुते चित्ररजनी रजनी 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 प्रवृत्ति सुनयन विभ्रमणा भ्रमणा 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 भ्रमणाधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनी रम्यकपर्दिनी शैलसुते जय जय हे
महिषासुरमर्दिनी
रम्यकपर्दिनी शैलसुते जय जगदम्बा मदम्बा कदम्बा वरप्रियवासिनी शिखर शिरोमणि तुङ्गहिमालय शृङ्गनिलालय मर्दते मधु मधुरे मधु कैटभगञ्जिनि कैटभभञ्जिनि आसरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते कनकल सत्कल सिन्धुजलैरुषिञ्चिनुते पुनरङ्गभुवं पुनरङ्गभुवं कनकल सत्कल सिन्धुजलैरुषिञ्चिनुते पुनरङ्गभुवं पुनरङ्गभुवं भजति शक्तिं न सचीकुचकं नदीपरिरम्भ सुखानुभवं सुखानुभवं भजति सखिं न सचीकुचकं नदीपरिरम्भ सुखानुभवं सुखानुभवं तव चरणं शरणं गरवाणि कडामरवाणि निवासि शिवं तव चरणं शरणं गरवाणि कडामरवाणि निवासि शिवं जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते
Such a powerful invocation and dance, song, music for the Devi. So now comes the slaying of the Mahisha part. Mahishasuramardini. Mahisha Asura Mardini. So Mahishasuramardini. Goddess is ready to fight Mahisha. She goes and takes abode in the Ratnagiri hills. And here I'll add a little flair from Odisha. From Odisha, we have a little twist when it is enacted as the Gitinatya or Jatra. The writer has taken a little creative liberty and put some human touches to it. How before the fight with the goddess, like first of all the arrogance of Mahisha, how he's coveting Durga like to be his property, like he wants this beautiful lady to be his, and then the woe, the sadness and the worry of a wife, Chandravati. Chandra is the wife of Mahisha. She is worried. She says, "Dear husband, don't covet that lady. You are already so powerful, you have everything. Why are you again going after something else? I don't think she's a normal, just a human. Maybe she's your nemesis. Please don't go. But Mahisha stops her, saying that I am a Veera. You are a Veera Patni. Why are you doing this? Good. I already sent so many soldiers to capture her. She has killed everybody. She has destroyed everything. Now it is up to me to uphold my honor. I am a Veera. I cannot run away. I cannot surrender to this lady. I have to go to war with her. So, listening to this, Mahisha's wife Chandra, she sadly makes her husband ready to go to battle. Although he is the evil here, like how in the story we know, but still, side of the evil, the wife's side, she's just a normal wife. So she says, Siri Sirastrana Kali Mandana Kapada Deli Rakta Chandana Subhra Upavita Sohuskandhare Swarna Balayara Mani Bandhare. Like that, she is making her husband ready, like whatever she is putting. At the end, she says a line. She is invoking the goddess Mangala. Mata Mangalanko Kari Smarana Akhilu Hare Dhuchi Charana. What is unique about this? The queen of a demon. She is invoking another goddess, the powerful Mangala, because that is the goddess. Gods and goddesses, they don't discriminate between good or bad. Whoever prays to them, they are pleased with them. So Mangala is their goddess, like their Kula's goddess. So she is calling Mangala to save her husband and sending her husband to war. Now Mahisha is all ready to go to war. He meets the Devi in the hills of Ratnagiri. Devi is ready. Durga is ready. She is in her lion Vahana. Her lion is equally ready. In all her might and glory and furious form, she tries. She tries with her bows and arrows and shula and everything, but nothing is working. Mahisha, the shapeshifter who can shift between being a Mahisha, a buffalo, into a human, and then into an elephant, then back as a buffalo. He's like making it impossible for the goddess to kill him. How is she going to do that? Then she remembers her Shakti, the gods that gave her. When he is trying to shape-shift between two forms, only then her Shula, her Trishula can kill him. That is the secret. So, right when the big battle is furious, when Mahisha is attacking her as an elephant and goddess's lion is charging onto the elephant and he's shifting back into another form, and then ultimately he's a Mahisha again, and the goddess and her elephant and her lion are both charging. Mahisha is trying to shape back into a human, into a person. Right at that moment, goddess uses her Trishula. She puts her leg on the emerging Mahisha's head from the demon, and with her leg and her Trishula, she vanquishes this demon, this Mahishasura, this buffalo demon. And that is the end of Mahisha. The world is freed from all the wrath and the tyranny and the exploits of this demon. The Devas are happy, they got back their Devaloka. The people are happy, everyone is happy. Now Durga has served her purpose. She has done the work that the Devas couldn't do. This divine feminine, who was created from the tejas of all the Devas. Atulam tatra tejaha. So from that, the Nari who was created, she is the goddess Durgati Nashini Ma Durga.
ॐ जगद्वन्दिः चामुण्डी हारिणी जय सर्वोगति देवी कालरात्रि नमोस्तुते जयन्ती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा शिवा क्षमा धात्री स्वाहा स्वाहा नमोस्तुते शुभ्रो शंभरागे शाराणि धीरोदुस्तो आकाशतले आनिले जारे दिके दिगाञ्चले সকল লোকে পুরে বরে বনান্তরে নৃত্য গীত ছন্দে মণ্ডিত শুভ্র শঙ্খ রঙে শরৎ প্রকৃতির উল্লাসে উৎসব তাহারে চির সুন্দর চির সুন্দর চিত সুন্দর বন্দর রাগে প্রিয়কে যোগে শরণময়ী আনন্দে
মহাশক্তি রূপা মঞ্জুল শোভা জাগে আনন্দে
রাজি কল্যাণী সদা রাজি সদা সুখদা সদা বরদা সদা জয়দাতি মুহুরি সুরা রাজি
অসুর নাশন দশ প্রহরণ ভুজা আরাজে
রুণিত বিনা বেণু মধুললিত সমিত তারে শুভ আরতি ঝঙ্কৃত ভুবনে নবজ্যোতি রাজে জ্যোতিরলঙ্কারে প্রাণে প্রাণে ওঠে দিদি সুধারস ধর শান্তি ধর ঝন জয় গানে আকাশ তলে আনিলে জলে দিকে দিগাঞ্চলে সকল লোকে পুরে বনে বনান্তরে নৃত্য গীত ছন্দে নন্দিত শুভ্র শঙ্খ রঙে
We're almost reaching the final phase of our program. So Swati will just say 2 lines and then for the next last phase of our event today, we'll go.
In this song, we are asking Mother Goddess to reside in our hearts. And then we are talking about the Mother Goddess being Artha Narishwar. So this is just celebrating her glory, singing her glory. একবার বিরাজো গো মা হৃদি কমলা সরে একবার বিরাজো গো মা হৃদি কমলা সরে তোমার ভুবন ভরা রূপটি একবার দেখে লইবা নয়নে তোমার ভুবন ভরা রূপটি একবার দেখে লইবা নয়নে হৃদি কমলা সরে একবার বিরাজো গো মা হৃদি কমলা সরে তুমি অন্নপূর্ণা শ্মশানে শ্যামা কৈলাসেতে উমা তুমি বৈকুণ্ঠে রমা তুমি অন্নপূর্ণা শ্মশানে শ্যামা কৈলাসেতে উমা তুমি বৈকুণ্ঠে রমা ধরো বিরিঞ্চিষি বিষ্ণুরূপ সৃজন লয় পালনি ধরো বিরিঞ্চিষি বিষ্ণুরূপ সৃজন লয় পালনি কমলা সরে একবার বিরাজো গো মা হৃদি কমলা সরে একবার বিরাজো গো মা হৃদি কমলা সরে This is also talking about a different group of the goddess Durga. She is Kali, she is Chandika, she is Annapurna. So she is everything.
Such a beautiful composition that was Swati. And that reminds me, like, we should also remember the very important hymn from the Mahatyam. Devi Prapannati Hare Prasida Prasida Matar Jagatokhinasya Prasida Vishveshwari Pahi Vishwam Tvamiswari Devi Characharasya. So with that, our Mahishasura Mardini storytelling is done, but it is still there. A little bit. Very important part of Durga worship from Bengal is reflected in today's India in our national song. When Bankim Chandra wrote Ananda Matha all those years ago, the song there was supposed to be a Durga Stuti. But that Durga Stuti was such a powerful one. It was also applicable to Bharat Ma Bharati. So the Sannyasin movement of Bengal, it catapulted the entire, it lent so much vigor with this one song, one word, Vande Mataram. So we will give our ode to Goddess Durga, Durgadinashini. At the same time, our Mother India, Ma Bharati, with the Vande Mataram song from Bankim Chandra's Ananda Matha. I will just utter a few lines from the beginning, then Swati will join with the original composition of Bankim Chandra, which you don't hear in the national song.
मातरं श्यामलां सुन्दरं सुष्मितं भूषितं हरिणीं
organized the Mahisha Mardini storytelling and this event, I would like every one of us here to invoke the power of the Mother Goddess and remember that the Goddess is in each one of us, irrespective of us being a female or a male. She pervades this whole universe in every sentient being, in every Bhuta. So let's invoke that, let's know our power, and let's remember the forgotten memories of the heritage and the richness of our ancestors' heritage, roots and culture. So with this hymn, I would like to remind each one of us, Ya Devi Sarvabhutesu Smriti Rupena Samstita. Smriti in the sense of memory. O Devi, come in the form of our memory and remind us of the forgotten glories. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Smriti Rupena Samstita. Namastasya, 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matri Rupena Samstita. Namastasya, 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 Namo Namah. Just like how a mother nurtures, protects, always be there for every being on this, in this planet, in this, your universe. And if we have done any mistake today, O Devi, just like the ever forgiving mother, forgive our mistakes, forgive our sins. Like I speak on behalf of our team. Because this ensemble was like an impossible thing. We have not even discussed what we are doing. It is just an impromptu thing. Like you would not believe this is actually an extempo. Like everyone, we is just coming to, like right now it's happening in front of you. We just had a dream, a plan, and just chose some songs Swati chose, and Harini and Sunita at the final moment they graciously said yes to enact. And Amrit and our little friend Shivi also joined. Beautiful singing, Amrit and Shivi.
Excellent.
And Mohammed and Umesh and Ravi all helped. So this is nothing but the mother's grace only. Like we performed the seva for her, for you all. And we are blessed on this Durga Ashtami to have you all and present Mahishasura Mardini. Jai Durga, Jai Ma. Vande Mataram. And thank you everyone.
Rita, phenomenal job of storytelling and relating all of us to our roots, the heritage and the ancestral roots, which we tend to forget. You have reminded us all. And Swati, thank you for organizing this. Raju Bhai, great job in pulling all us together. Fantastic job. Thank you. And thank you all of you.